I hope that you are well and that you are having an amazing day. All right, so we are going to start with our grade 6 English lesson on regular plural nouns. All right, so for our grade 6 lesson on regular plural nouns, we are going to go to a+students.ca. You're going to log in with your username as well as your password. And then you're going to select the subject of language arts. So language arts being English, grade 6. All right, so once we've selected regular plural nouns, grade 6, and then we're going to scroll down up until we get to the chapter of regular plural nouns. So regular plural nouns. All right, so our chapter that we are focusing on is regular plural nouns, and our lesson for today is to form plurals of nouns ending in f, fe, o, and y. Form and use plurals of nouns ending in f, fe, o, and y, and form plurals and use plurals, right? Because with forming plurals, remember we always need to also use our plurals to see if we are able to use it or do it on our own. All right, so we're going into the first lesson, which is form plurals of nouns ending in f, fe, o, and y. All right, so basically, when it comes to plurals, right? So to form the plurals, right, of most of the nouns, then we basically just add an s, right? So usually to form a plural, we add an s, and it changes the word from a singular word to a plural word, right? Meaning singular, it is a word like either it is a noun, it is which is people, places, or things that can stand on its own, right? Or let's say singular means alone, right? It is only that one person, place, or thing, right? But a plural form, right? It means that it now changes from, let's say, one person, one place, one thing to more than, right? More than one person, more than one place, more than one thing. So to form the plural of most nouns, we need to add an s to our singular word, right? Like, for example, one tree. So, of course, one meaning it is a singular tree, right? So, one tree. Once we add an s to the word tree, right, then it means that we are now adding two trees, right? So, one tree, two trees, right? If then also your noun ends in an s, it ends in a ch, which is ch, it ends in a sh, which is sh, and x, or it ends in a z, then we add es to make it plural. So, say for example, bush, and bush is also given to us, right? So, bush. So, bush ends in sh, right? So it goes from one bush to two bushes. Remember, they said if it ends in a sh, we add the es, right? We add the es to that word in order to change the form, which is from a singular form to a plural form. If the noun ends in a consonant y, for example, like baby or family, right? Then we drop the y and we add I, E, and S, right? So then it goes from one baby to two or more babies. And as you can see, we drop the Y, right? And we do not even add it, for example, with that word. So we can't say BABYES, right? So we don't do that. That is why we drop the Y and we add IES. So one baby, two babies. But now, if a noun it ends in either an F, like wolf, or if the noun ends in an FE, right? And the F sound changes to V when it is plural. You need to drop the F or the FE and add VES to make it plural, right? So once again, if a noun ends in F or FE and the F sound changes to V when it is plural, then we drop the F, we drop the FE, and we just add VES to make it plural. Like the example, one wolf, two wolves. And as you can see, the F was dropped and we added VES. But now they're saying if a noun ends in F or FE and the plural form keeps the F sound, just add S to make it plural. For example, shift, two shifts, one shift, two shifts. Then if a noun ends in O, right? And then we usually just add an S to make it plural. However, we need to add ES for the following exceptions. And here we have a few examples. Like for example, like with tomato. One tomato, two tomatoes. ES. We add to the word tomato. And the same with potatoes. Heroes, echoes, tornadoes, volcanoes, and Jordan, not, sorry, volcanoes, sorry, and mangoes. Sorry, I apologize. Mango, right? So basically it is tomato, potato, hero, and then it changes into heroes, echo and echoes, tornado and tornadoes, volcano and volcanoes, and mango and mangoes, right? And a few examples that we have of that is one piano or two pianos, right? It is just an S that we added to the word piano. But like with tomato, with potato, hero, echo, and so on, we need to add an ES in order to change that word from a singular form to a plural form. All right, so now we need to type the missing word. Cherry plus che plus IES. So cherry plus IES. We said that we need to drop the Y and just add the IES. So cherry. Double R, yes. Right? So as we can see, the Y was dropped and we added the IES, right? So Y was dropped and then we added the IES. For one cherry, two or more cherries. All right. We need to type the missing words. Woof plus VEFs. VES. Woofs plus VEF. We must type the word and we will say it will be wolves. If we must just add IES. Let me fix this. Right, so hooves. One hoof, two or more hooves. And remember we said that when our word ends in an F, then we drop the F, we drop the FE, and then we add an VES to show that the word is plural, or to change the word from a singular word to a plural form. Some of the words we just add an S, and with other words we basically add a VES to show that it is plural. Zoo. One zoo, many zoos. So they basically just add an S, zoos. Right? So one zoo, one animal zoo, but two or more zoos. Right? And we just added an S. Right? So zoos. All right, let's do a test. We need to type the missing word. Zoo plus S. Zoo plus S. So zoo plus S is zoos, ZOOS, or ZOOSE, right? So which means that it is ZOOS for zoos. Because remember we said that we only add an S, not the SE, which is zoos. Then we have canopy, right? A canopy. We have one canopy, but now we need to change that word to a plural form, right? Which means that we need to show that there's more than one. And we see that if the word ends in Y, and then we drop the Y and we add IES, right? So we drop the Y and we add IES. So one canopy, two or more canopies, right? So we need to change the word. So is it canopies, which is the first option, or the second option, which is canopy? So if we're changing the word to plural, then we are choosing option one. Option one. All right. Wife plus VES, right? So wife plus VES. We say that if the word ends in F or fe, right? And then we are going to drop the f and e, right? Or we're going to replace the word, the basically the letters fe, and we're going to add ves, right? So one wife, which is wife, but the plural form is wives, which is wives. So we're going with the option 2. All right. We need to type the missing word. Monkey. Monkey plus is. What is monkey plus is? We need to change the word to a plural form. So one monkey, two or more monkeys, because we added an is to show that it is plural. All right. Then we have chief. 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 And we say that we need to add just an S to chief, right? So one chief, two or more chiefs, right? And we add the S, chiefs. And well done, well done. All right, we're going back. Now we're going into form and use plural nouns ending in fe, o, and y. Ooh. All right, so remember we said that if or to form basically a plural of most of the nouns, then we basically just add an s, right? So with most of the nouns, whenever we change it from a singular word to a plural form or word, then we basically just added an s. But if, for example, the noun ends in s, ch, x, or z, then you need to add an es to make it plural, right? And here we have an example of bush and two bushes, right? Then also, if a noun ends in a consonant y, then you drop the y and you add ies to make it plural, right? So it's, for example, going as one baby, two or more babies, right? So babies. One baby, baby, two babies, babies, babies. All right. Oopsie. Okay, so now we're going to our questions, right? It says complete the sentence with the correct plural, right? So we're going to complete the sentence with the correct plural form. Mango are a good source of vitamin A and C, but they are also high in sugar, right? So we need to change the word mango to a plural form. Mango, and we can say mangoes. So we added an es to the word mango in order to change it from a singular word to a plural form. So one mango, two or more mangoes. Complete the sentence with the correct plural. In myths from around the world, cats are often depicted as having multiple life. We need to change the word life to lives, right? So life to lives. So if we have a word, for example, like life, that ends in fe, right? We said we drop the fe, she adds the, or he adds the ves, right? And now it is live or lives. Because in in myths, from around the world, cats are often depicted as having multiple lives. So lives, which is lives. So lives. All right, Henry the Eighth, one of the most famous kings in English history, had six wife, right? So which means that we drop the fe, we add the ves, right? And then now he has six wives. Wives. So wives. And as you can see, if and the if and e was dropped, and we put in new things. So wives. Wives. We added the ves to fe, to wives. One wife, one wife, two or more wives, which is wives, wives. All right, let's go to our test. Complete the sentence with the correct plural. Although donkey and zebra are different species, they can breathe with each other. So we need to choose either between donkeys or donkey. All right, let's go with donkeys. So all, oh, you not place. Okay. All right, so if you have donkeys, then well done. Before televisions became widely affordable, Americans gathered around their radio to listen to their favorite program. So radios, radios, right? So is it radio or is it radios? All right, so which means that we are basically just adding an S to these radios. Thank you. Radios. So if you have radios, then well done. Tight calf. So tight calf can lead to pain or injury. So stretching before a run or workout is recommended. So calf, we need to change that word into a plural form. One calf, many calves, right? Into a plural form. One calf, many calves. So which means that it does not say the same. Calf doesn't say calf. We need to add the ves. Drop the y, drop the f, sorry, and then we add the ves, which is calves, right? Calves can lead to pain or injuries or stretching before a run or workout is recommended. So calves. All right. We need to complete the sentence with the correct plural form. In most table settings, forks and plates to the left of the table, to the left of the plate, while knife and spoons are placed to the right. So in most table settings, forks are placed to the left of the plate, while knife, which we're going to change, and spoons are placed to the right. We need to choose the correct one. So one knife, two or more knives with V-E-S. So knives. Well done. All right, so now we're going back. So far, we have done plurals where we form a noun that is ending in F, E, O, and Y, right? And we kind of change its form, right? From singular to plural. Now we're going to form plurals. And after that, we're going to form and use plurals. All right. We need to say, we basically need to type in the missing word, which is the word plus a letter or letters, right? Chef plus S. Chef plus S. So, chef, which means that we are talking about one chef that cooks. But as soon as we change that to a plural form, then it means that we are going to add the S, right? We're going to add the S to it and then we're going to change it to chefs. So as much as chef ends in an F, right? But remember we said that some of the words, if the F sounds as if it's going to be, or it kind of makes a V sound, that is when we start changing the word from, let's say, just adding an S like chefs to we add the VES. But in this case, chef, it is basically just where we add an S. Lamp plus S. Lamp plus S. So lamp plus S is lamps, right? So lamps, one lamp, two or more lamps. Same here, igloos. Just add an S basically. So igloos. So igloo, igloos. Let me put it nicer. Igloos. All right. We're going on to the next page. All right. Let's go to our test. We need to type the missing word. Nurse plus S. Nurse plus S. Is it nurse or is it nurses? Nurse plus S. Is it nurse or nurses? If we just add an S, then it is nurses. All right, so well done. Technology. Remember, we're dropping the Y and we're adding the I-E-S. Technology. So with technology, we are dropping the Y and we're adding I-E-S, which means that we are choosing the second option, right? We're choosing the second option, which is technologies. paint, painter. We have a painter plus is. Painter plus is painters, right? Because we added an is. So painters, painters. So painters. All right, so that is the test, right, on paint, not even paint, but like where we are changing the the word name, or we are adding the word name, right? So before we go to the last one, let us do an activity. We're going to look on the board, and this is basically just a chart that shows the different plurals or the plural nouns, right? From one car to two cars, one dog, two dogs, one book, two books, one house, two houses, one apple, two apples, right? So this is basically just a chart, right, that you also need to go over. And then here we have a picture that gives us a difference between what singular is and what plural is, right? So singular, it refers to one person, one place, or it refers to one thing, right? Whereas plural refers to more than one person, place, or thing, right? Example, we're going to compare the two pictures. The gray cat on with the blue, right? That is just a cat, one cat. But now look on the other side, plural side, right? It is more than one kitty, and then we say cats. So cats, meaning we just added an is. House, house on the left hand side, one house. On the right hand side, where it says plural, houses. So then we have um, then we have also mango. Mango. One mango. And remember with mango, we also said if it ends, for example, in O, and then we need to add no, then we need to add the es, right? So one mango, more than one mangoes, and we add the es to the word. Once we add the es to the word, and then it changes from a singular word to a plural word. So mango, and we added an es to show mangoes. All right, so now if we look at this one activity, right? There they have a picture that shows an elephant, one elephant, which is singular, and three elephants, which is plural, right? So we are going to write the plural form of words that we basically see on the left hand side. So on the left hand side is doll, and then we are going to write the plural form of doll. All right. So a singular noun, it names one person, place, or thing, and a plural noun names more than one person, place, or things. For example, doll is singular, right? Which means that if we change that word singular to plural, and then it will be dolls. Farm. If we just add it by making it plural, then we can say we add an ER. we add a is. Girl, girl, one girl, more than one girls. And then we said houses or house, and then we have houses. Then we have insect, then we have insects. Keyboard, keyboard, and then we have keyboards. Lion, lion, lions. And here we only add an is. Mm-mm. Milk, milk, one milk. We can say milks. And then nest and nests and oil and oils. So basically we're just gonna add an S to change that forms of words into plural. Alright, let's go back to our tutorial. Now we're going to do form and use plurals. And we already said that if we form plurals and into most nouns we add in S, right? All right, so number one here says now complete the sentence with the correct plurals, right? It's hard to believe, but tomato were once thought of being poisonous. So which means that it's going to be tomatoes. Tomatoes. And they said with tomatoes we add the ES to it, right? We add an ES to it. Let me write it nice. Tomato. Tomato. Tomatoes. All right, waxy potato, such as fingerlings, are low in starch and maintain their shape while when cooked. Waxy potato, which means that we are changing the word into potatoes by adding an es. So one potato, two or more potatoes. All right. How many definitions do you think the word sit has? James asked. Definition to definitions, where we add an S. So definitions with an S. All right. So that is but a few words where we corrected the sentence with the correct plural, right? So in the bracket they gave us the singular form, right? Like for example, definition, but then you need to write down the plural form, right? Where we either add an S, we add an ES, or we add an IES. All right. All right, let's go to our test. It's hard to believe, but tomatoes were once thought as poisonous. To be poisonous, is it tomato or tomatoes? Tomato or tomatoes? All right, so which means that it is tomatoes. Did you know that you can take free college courses online from some of the best universities in the country, right? So, university, we drop the Y, we add IES, and it changes from university in the country to universities. So, universities. All right. How many definitions do you think the word set has? Is a definition or definitions? So if we're talking about how many, and then we're going to say it is definitions. All right, so well done. Differences in backgrounds, abilities, and belief are all form of diversity. Now you need to choose between belief one or beliefs two. She was in a duck belief. All right, so we will say beliefs, right? So beliefs. All right, so now we're going back, and that is basically the lessons that we covered, which is form plurals of nouns ending in if, e, o, and y, right? And we then see that if, for example, our singular forms end either in fe, o, and y, then we add only and is, right? And then we have form of plurals, right? As well as the use of plurals. It is where we basically just use basically all the activities that we did in the first and second lesson, right? By forming plurals of noun endings in if, e, o, and y. And remember, we said a singular means one person, place, or thing, and plural means more than one person, place, or thing. All right, grade sixes, this is the end of our lesson on regular plural nouns. I really hope that you are going to have an amazing evening further. Goodbye, good night.